Hi everyone, today I am working on some cards using the Sweetest Cherries Bundle. I love bundles with punches, and so the new catalog did not disappoint. There were several. This is a really cute stamp set. I like the sentiments, and I am a cherry pie lover, so that's always my choice when I have a choice of pies, is the cherry. So I really like this. It's really a fun stamp set and a really fun cherry builder punch. You've got this little cherry, you've got a couple of leaves, and it's really cute stamped, or you can even punch out with cardstock and not stamp at all and just make a whole bunch of cherries. So for this card we're going to stamp though. Alright, I am making, originally I set out to make this one, and I love this stamp here for a basket. Kind of looks like picnic. I kind of thought this little edging on this die had a picnic basket liner or linen napkin kind of feel to it. So that's what we're going to make. And I'm starting with, we're going to make two versions of it. And I'll be fast, I promise. It won't take too long. We're going to make one that's going to go this way and one that'll fold this way, just because I wasn't sure which way I liked it better. Alright, so we're going to start with a base in Crumb Cake. Now, I have a card base in Crumb Cake, but I'm also using a matte piece in Crumb Cake. I find it easier to line up things on a little matte piece, and I like the border. This one is not the right size, I'm noticing. I like the border that it gives. So my matte piece is 5 1/4 supposedly by 4, so let me turn that down. Okay, now it's 4. Okay, so we're going to stamp one this way and one this way, and we're going to use that basket looking punch, and the color I'm doing it in is soft suede. So it was really easy to line up, I found. So you're going to, and I want to get as much of it as I can, so I am hanging off the edge just a hair. Ooh, I went kind of crooked on that one. Hopefully it won't be noticeable, we'll see. And I'm going to line up the next row, and it was really easy. The clear stamps make this a breeze. So I've got my, and even like that one's even closer, but I think you don't even notice. Like, where does one line begin and the other end? Alright, so this one I gotta go the long way. More possible errors, but we'll do it. Still just 3 stamps though. Okay, so I've got our border. I'm going to set these aside to dry. And next let's stamp our cherries. So I grabbed some scrap, and I'm going to use new colors because I was excited to use new colors. This is Sweet Sorbet for my cherries. And I have a couple already done actually, because I was cherry crazy and I made a few. So I need one more only of the cherry. So I think it'll fit on this one. Whenever I use the builder punches, I kind of look at where the image is for how to decide where I'm going to stamp it. So a nice strip like this works nice. I didn't want to face it, you know, like this way with the cherry going in this direction, because then when I punched it, I would lose the area for the stem. Unless you knew how to get that perfect, you're never going to do that. So it's best to punch them out one at a time, and that way I can slide it in, and I'm making the most of my cardstock. Yes, I'm losing a little bit up here, but, and if I needed more than one cherry, you'd kind of want to watch out how far apart you spaced them, because if I was too close, I would take a little notch out of one of them, which I did on my sample, but you can't tell because I placed it behind. Okay, so that is the cherry, and then for the stem, you'll notice that it's going this way. So I am going to see if it'll fit on here. I like to use up my little tiny strips. I always have a ton of these little strips laying around. Probably all of us do. So here I'm going to use soft suede again. And I've got my stem, and now I need a lot of leaves because I don't have any extra leaves. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at how these feed in, and if I make the leaf going down, I can feed it up like that. So I'm going to do that. And again, I'm going to use a new color. This is Parakeet Party. Okay, what did I say I was going to do? Face it downwards. So I thought it might be fun to do a full strength one and a not quite so full strength one. And I get 2 at a time if I do it that way. And that way my leaves are, you know how leaves are, they're all different shades. So I need 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, well, I'm gonna have 2 dark ones, 8, make an extra one. There. Now in the stamp set there's also this vein stamp for some veining in our leaves, so we can use that as well. Obviously it shows up better on the lighter one, but it does still show up. Oops. I put my hand over it like that because otherwise it kind of pops out. And I've got paper all over my desk like that. And sometimes they roll out onto the floor, and my cat, you can probably hear her tearing paper. What are you tearing? I better check on that. Where are you? Let's not do that. Alright, when you get to that last one, it's kind of difficult, so I'm going to try to line that up. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can find them all. Right now she's climbing into a bag. Alright, I have to get the door fixed on my craft room. I can't latch it closed. I can close it, but she just pushes it right open. Okay, I'm trying not to distract myself. I'm going to go ahead and glue the stem on here while we do our other bits. So I just used a little dollop of liquid glue right there and stuck that stem down. And set it aside. Okay, now for my little napkin edge or little detailed edge, I'm using a die set that I love. I think it's a kind of a go-to set that people should grab up while you can. It is Basic Borders, and let me show you all of them. It's got some really great edges, and they'd all be good for this card. Like this one looks like a real detailed lacy edge with the stitching. It's real pretty. I like the rickrack kind of edging. Nice little scoop. There's a little point. There's also a cloud. I've used this one a lot. This one looks really fun. In fact, I have some leftover little clouds, and you can layer them and have a cloudy sky, and then kind of, you know, have them offset a little bit, and you've got clouds, and you can, I don't know. I love that. I love that die. So we're going to use this one, and I like to washi tape it down just so it stays in place. So let's do that. Oh, my paper's a little bit dirty. Let's see if I can. All right, so I need to make sure that I'm cutting the right side. I need it to be 4 inches by 3.5, so I need to cut it at the 4-inch side. And I think I'll do it this way. That way this will be covered by the cherries if I do it like this. Okay. Okay, let me do it this way. So I'm just going to cut off the little edge, and how I line it up to make it even, I count the scallops, so I know it's just a little bit over 3 scallops, so it's like 3 and a tiny bit. And then stick that down. And then this one, I need to cut on the long edge. This should be 5 1/4. Let me double check. Yep. It looked long, but it's not. Okay, and they're 3.5 inches. So one was 4 by 3.5, and this one is 5 by 3.5. And so I'm kind of counting my scallops. There we go. A little more. Okay, so I've got my 2 pieces of basic white all die cut, and now I need my sentiment. So I'm going to use, this is another new color. So excited with these new colors, they're so bright. This is Starry Sky. All right, so I'm going to use the giant sweet word, and I'm going to emboss it with white. So I love that white embossing on a darker piece is always nice. So to emboss, haven't done so, you're going to use a Versamark pad, which is kind of sticky. All right, my head's going to have to come down. There we go. Sorry about that. I just needed to line that up. Okay, this strip is 1 1/4 inches wide, and then I just used a scrap, so I'm going to trim it down. And I like to hold on to something while I'm embossing. So I've got it, and now I'm going to use white embossing powder, and I like to take a little piece of scrap paper from my garbage can. Kind of, I know there's all kinds of fancy ways to do this with trays for the embossing powder and whatnot, but I like to just use what's right by my fingertips. Okay, and oh, I kind of made a mess here. All right, and then we're going to heat it up. Someone in a past video asked me if this was a new style heat tool, and it's actually an old one. I keep my new one at the place where I hold my classes, and they let me have a cabinet there, so I kind of keep a lot of stuff there and not have to lug it back and forth. So I keep my nice new one at my classes, and this is an old one. The new one has 2 settings, and it's kind of this color. Anyway, so this is an old one, not new. All right, so then to finish this off, all I did was cut a little angle, just to kind of give it a cute little angle like that. Okay, now brush this off in 1 second. Okay, I already have one. All right, now we're just kind of putting together. I'm going to use another new color for the rest of my sentiments. So I have sweet here, and then the stamp set comes with things you can pair with it. So thank you for being so sweet, sweet friend, birthday wishes, life is sweet with you in it, wishing you a sweet day. So we're going to go with sweet birthday wishes, and Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. And we're going to stamp that in another new color, Tahitian Tide. So the only new color I'm not using, I kind of feel bad, was Orchid Oasis, and I just couldn't figure a way to incorporate it without it being too crazy. So I'm going with 4 of the 5 new colors. All right, so to get this figured out, let's start putting our card together. Oh, I'm adding another piece of paper, some cardstock, this cute little pattern. I thought it looked kind of picnicky, and I really liked it. It's part of the 6x6 in color designer series paper pack. These packs are great because you get paper in all the colors, and these come, you can buy them by color family. So you can buy a package of the brights, a package of neutrals. This is the in color for 2022/24, and so you get, I think it's 4 each of each color, and maybe more. Let me double check that. Maybe it's 8 each of each color. I haven't used this, sorry guys, so let's see, 1, 2, 8 each of each color, and there's 2 designs, so 4 different designs in total. So you get 4 of these and 4 of these, and I thought this plaid looked kind of picnicky, so we're going to use that, and I'm using this Sweet Sorbet, and so I liked it as an accent. I thought I'd bring in some more of that reddish tone. So for the tall card, I'm going to put it at the top to kind of fill in the space above the little linen napkin thingy. So I'm just going to, and this I cut 1 inch by 4. Okay, and then for the other card, I'm going to use it behind the sentiment to kind of have like little bit of that gingham coming through. Looks like I went slightly long. Okay. Alright, so now this is going to go down like so. I'm not going to glue it just yet because I want to add that sentiment. In case I make a mistake, I can flip it over. I like it better when it's not flipped over just because the die cut looks better on that side. So if I make a mistake, maybe I'll just make a new one. But sometimes it's nice to not glue things down until you're done. Alright, so I'm going to put this here, not glued down. I just want to see about where it's going to land. And then I'm going to stamp my birthday wishes right underneath it. So now that I'm going to lift it just slightly higher than I want it. Like that, and that way I can push this down a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to glue it down. Alright, so I like using the liquid glue because I can make a little minor adjustments if need be. And I think this is slightly long too, so let me cut that. There we go. Little sliver. Okay. And then for this one, same idea, but this time it's going to go all the way to the top. And then I'll hold this kind of like so. Oh, I did a horrible job. Alright, I'm going to have to cut a new one. I'm going to see if I can line it up, but I highly doubt it. Alright, I'm going to flip it. I think I was trying to avoid it so much. It's funny, when I made the sample ones I had no problem, but I'm not doing a video. Whenever I have no video going, I have no problems. Okay. Alright, so like I said, I like the die on this side better for some reason, but it still looks cute on that side, so we're going to use it. And we'll see if we like it when everything's done. You can kind of almost see through it a little bit, but I'm hoping with the cherries on there, more stuff going on, you won't. Alright, one more detail I wanted to add was a little bit of baker's twine. And the new colors came with There's a new in color baker's twine. You get all 5 colors in white, and they're really kind of fun. I'm using the Starry Sky. And I'm going to tie a little bow. Okay, let's assemble now. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a little piece of that kind of gingham paper. I had a strip of it somewhere. Here it is. And just have it peeking out the back. I want that angle to be the same. So I'm going to hold it up next to it. And then I'll just go like this. I can't decide if I want it on both sides or not. Actually, I think not. So I'm actually going to cut it small and use that again on something else. Just a little bit poking out. I thought that was a sweet little paper. And I wanted to use it as much as I could. Alright, so let me throw some dimensionals behind. Now I want to add that bow. So let me grab a glue dot. So I'm going to put that bow behind, and I'm just going to let it sit on that glue dot. Now these bows, this baker's twine, that they just want to twist like that. And since it wants to, I'm going to let it do it low and hide that twist behind my sentiment. And just stop trying to not make it twist because it was irritating me. There. So it's just a little bit of texture poking out behind. I think it's kind of cute. That might have been a little small. But okay, now we'll put our cherries. So I'm going to use one of them. I'm just going to put down flat, like so. And then the other one I'm going to put up on dimensionals. A little mini dimensional behind this leaf. And then the whole thing will go down on my card base. And then we'll do something on the inside as well. Alright, so we've got the long way. Now let's do the short way. If someone has an anti-twisting tip, let me know. So I'm going to grab another glue dot and kind of make it stay at least over here. And then hopefully my sentiment will help it stay down. Okay. Okay, for the inside, I just grabbed 2 pieces of basic white, and I'm going to stamp little cherries at the bottom. This time I had the leaf pointing the other way just because I wanted there to be more room to write a greeting. Oh, I did it, look at, I did it going this way. Oh, luckily I had one I didn't finish, so let me put it in this one. That's so funny. And I have another piece of white here because I have to make swaps. All right, so this one, you need to go horizontal. Did any of you watching this say, Beth, that's not going to work, as I was doing it? Okay, there we go. There are my two cards. I wonder which one you like better, the one that's horizontal or the one that's vertical. Let me know. And I hope you like it. I hope you think it's a sweet card. Take a look at the new annual catalog. I've got a link up on my blog. There's all kinds of fun things and lots of new punches and lots of new dies, all kinds of great stuff. So if you have any questions whatsoever, I'm happy to answer them. And take a look at my blog too and follow and subscribe. I'd love to have you come back again. Bye.